Today I'm just going to make a really short video of a hack I just kind of figured out on my own. Basically what ended up happening is that as I was weaving my scarf, the selvage edges kept breaking, and I was finding that very frustrating. And it was because all the heddles that were off to the side, as you beat the beater, would come back, and I guess they would rub against the tencel. I did find a higher level of breakage with tencel than I do with, let's say, for example, cotton or acrylic yarn and that sort of thing. So I was like, well, what could I possibly do? So I started to research it. I'm like, do I tie some sort of rope around? Actually, you know what? Let's go over to the weaving loom and the rental that I had and take a look at what specifically we're talking about. Okay, so basically if you take a quick look here, right, you're looking at the heddles that I was using for the scarf, and as basically you would beat and so forth, all of these would start coming out, okay? Typically I haven't found a huge issue on my floor loom, but with this one, for whatever reason, maybe it's because there's a large amount on both sides, and they're so close that it became an issue. So I considered, I'm like, do I wrap some sort of string around these guys here to hold it? And again, that could be quite a pain because there's not a lot of room on the harness like there would be on my floor loom, all right? There are online something called Heddle clips, and I was very interested in purchasing them. They're not particularly expensive. I think they were like a few bucks US, but they are in the US. I couldn't find them in Canada. So just to have them shipped here would be quite a pain. So I thought, well, what could I devise that's similar and I've got on hand? So I bought myself, for sewing purposes, I bought myself sewing clips, okay? Now, again, you can, there's many different companies that you could possibly buy. But when we look at the sewing clips, generally speaking, clearly, whoop, okay, they look like, a little clip, right? And then they just open and they just close. Right. So I thought, well, what could I possibly do? So I thought, you know what, let's put them on the ends here. And they did work actually really well. They kept everything back. I didn't put anything on the top parts. It seemed to be enough on the bottom part. I think in future what I would do, because I find it hard for my eyes to track with, in this case it's 8 heddles, with 4 I don't have an issue. But I might color coordinate. So like, for example, use pink on the first harness, maybe blue on the second harness, yellow on the next harness. So I know which harness I'm looking at if ever I need to go back for whatever reason to look at them. But again, that would be something that's purely your choice. Again, fairly if you already have these, it's a fairly cheap hack. But buying these were not like, I got an offshoot brand. I think Clover sells these, and there's other brands that sell them as well. So it's and I got a fairly large container. It's 100 pieces. I don't recall it being an exorbitant amount of money for picking these up. Okay, so again, feel free to use this and let me know how it works. I found it to work fairly well. So hopefully that makes your life a little bit easier, and I hope you have a great day.